Hello friends, welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're making smothered green beans and potatoes. So what we're going to start out with is a pound of green beans, which we are going to actually snap these ourselves. Take off the end pieces, break them in the middle. If there's any stringy parts, make sure you get rid of them. And we're going to do this for the entire bag. Once we get them done, as you can see, the whole bowl has been snapped. And then I have actually taken a couple of small potatoes, which come up to about a cup and a half, and I have cut them up and boiled them for about 18 minutes to soften them up before we start making the recipe. So those are going to be needed eventually. Then in a pan, we are going to cook up about 4, maybe 5 pieces of bacon, depending on what you want to do. I'm using at least 4 here. And we're going to cook these up until they're completely cooked all the way through, and then we're going to set them aside to cool so that way they can be cut up and added back into this recipe. Now once these are cooked and you're ready to remove them, set them to the side to cool, you want to leave the oil in the pan. We're going to use this because all of the drippings and everything from the bacon are going to be used in this recipe. So as you can see, the oil and everything is still there, and I'm adding 1 cut up medium onion to my pan, which you can cut this up into small pieces as you want. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit bigger. And then we are adding in the equivalent of about 3 cloves of garlic that have been minced. And then we're going to stir this through into the oil to get it good and coated with all the flavoring from the bacon and the stuff that was already in the pan to begin with. So go ahead and make sure that a lot of your pieces of your onion aren't stuck together. Break them up, move them around, and get them coated. And once we get them really coated, we're going to add probably about a tablespoon worth of olive oil. And then once that's in, we're going to stir it up some more. You're going to want these to cook for about like 3 minutes before we do anything else. And then once they're cooked, we're going to add our bacon back in and stir it up again. And let this cook for another minute or so that way the flavor of the bacon really gets through everything and you get the olive oil all mixed in with your other ingredients. Now once you get to this point, we're going to add some flour to this, and basically you're going to be adding in probably about a tablespoon and a half, but I added in 2 lots because I want to get half of it in, mix it up, get it cooking, and then I come back and I add the rest of it, just for the fact that I want to really incorporate this, because we don't want to taste the flour, but we do want it to use it as a thickening agent. And we're going to cook this for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, to make sure that everything is pulled together and that the flour really is cooked in. So continue to stir this, mix it up, and make sure that all of the lumps of flour or the dry parts are mixed through. Now, once we get that completely done, we are going to bring in our green beans. And then to that, we're going to add our potatoes on top. Now, once these are in the pan, we're going to season, but we want to mix it up a little bit first to make sure that everything is incorporated. Bring some of that bacon to the top and get some of the potatoes into the green beans. So on top of this, we are going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. Then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And yes, I'm eyeballing it when I'm doing it. You can change the amounts as you want on the seasoning, that's up to you. And then once this is all in, we want to go ahead and mix this again to get all of the seasoning through into the chicken broth and covering everything else. And once it's all mixed through, we're going to cover this and let it cook for about 30 minutes. And at that point, they should be done. All of the green beans should be cooked thoroughly, and it'll look something like this when it's finished. And this has the most amazing taste. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out my cookbook, which is available on Amazon and at bookstores worldwide. Have a great day.